Hello everyone. Today, as we step into September 4th, 2025, the sky is filled with such a rare and meaningful balance of energies. The moon travels through Pisces, touching the deep waters of our emotions, while Mercury continues its retrograde journey in Virgo, urging us to slow down, reflect, and refine the details of our lives. The sun is steady in Virgo, keeping our focus practical, but with Saturn retrograde in Pisces and Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, we are all being asked to face deeper truths, to surrender what no longer holds value, and to realign with our most authentic path. This is not a day for rushing. It is a day for listening to yourself, to others, and to the subtle whispers of the universe. Now, Libra, let us begin with you this day. Feels like the universe is asking you to strike an even deeper balance within yourself. With the sun shining in your 12th house of the subconscious and Mercury retrograde in the same space, there is a quiet call for inner reflection. You may feel a bit withdrawn or contemplative, perhaps reviewing past choices or conversations. When it comes to your career, this is not a day to push too aggressively forward, but rather to observe what is flowing and what is blocking. The lucky number for you today is 7, a number that reminds you to trust inner wisdom over external noise. Financially, there could be slight delays or second thoughts. Not losses, but the universe is teaching you patience, helping you to see where you may have overextended, or where clarity is still needed. Now, let us move into your relationship space. Venus, your ruling planet, is in Leo, igniting your 11th house of friends, community, and long-term dreams. This creates a magnetic pull in your love life, making you more attractive in social settings. If you are single, an unexpected connection could spark through friends or group circles. If you are in a relationship, your partner may seek more playfulness and recognition today, so open your heart and show them they are truly valued. When it comes to marriage or long-term bonds, Saturn retrograde reminds you not to ignore old emotional wounds. This is a chance to acknowledge where unspoken needs have been lingering, to heal rather than repeat cycles. Family matters. Feel sensitive under the Pisces moon in your 6th house, which also rules health and daily life. A family member may require your support, or there may be a need to balance responsibilities at home with self-care. Children and parenting themes may feel heavier today, not in a negative sense, but in a way that asks you to show compassion, patience, and emotional presence. Health wise, pay attention to your body's signals. With so much energy in your subconscious zone, your mental health is just as important as the physical. You might feel waves of tiredness or even a subtle anxiety as Mercury retrograde digs into old worries. Spiritually, though, this is a gift. The moon sextiles Uranus in Taurus, opening you to fresh insights if you are willing to release control and surrender. Now, speaking of internal blocks, you may notice a tendency today to overthink or second-guess yourself. This is Mercury retrograde pressing pause on your plans. Instead of fighting it, allow this stillness to show you what your heart truly wants. Avoid making rushed decisions around contracts, financial commitments, or work projects. The blessing of the day is that deeper clarity will come if you stay patient. The risk lies in pushing forward when your intuition is clearly telling you to pause. Now, spiritually speaking, this day is opening a new door for you, one where surrender, reflection, and honesty lead to the most powerful breakthroughs. If challenges arise, handle them by choosing calm observation over reaction. Journaling, meditation, or even a long walk in nature will align you more than any forced action. Libra, this is a day where the universe is inviting you to trust yourself, to balance the external noise with your quiet inner knowing. You are being guided to realign your priorities, to reconnect with what truly matters, and to find peace in the stillness. Remember, even when it feels like nothing is moving, something deep inside you is shifting in powerful ways. Take this day gently with awareness, and you will find the beauty hidden in the pauses. If you felt this message touch something within you, let me know in the comments. Asterisk, Now let us flow into Scorpio. Today, September 4th, 2025, the moon is moving through Pisces, lighting up your fifth house of creativity, love, and self-expression. This lunar energy feels tender and romantic for you, and it is giving you both an urge to express yourself and a longing for deeper emotional connection. Meanwhile, Mercury, retrograde in Virgo, is stirring up your 11th house of friendships, groups, and long-term goals, which may cause some old conversations with friends or colleagues to resurface. You may feel torn between wanting to create freely and needing to resolve unfinished dynamics with your community. It comes to your career, you may notice that projects involving teamwork, collaboration, or shared visions are slightly delayed. This is not a sign of failure. It is the universe guiding you to review your long-term plans. Your lucky number today is 3, encouraging you to express your voice, your ideas, and your creativity in ways that bring connection instead of isolation. Financially, there is growth available if you focus on slow, steady progress instead of quick fixes. Be mindful of impulsive spending, especially if you are trying to fill an emotional void. Now, let us move into your relationship space. With the moon illuminating your fifth house, love feels dreamy today. If you are single, there could be a magnetic spark with someone who inspires your creative side or shares your artistic vision. If you are in a relationship, today is about romance, playfulness, and reminding each other of the joy in your bond. Yet with Saturn retrograde in Pisces, deeper questions about long-term commitment may arise. If you have been brushing aside unresolved issues, they could surface in subtle emotional ways. This is not punishment. It is a chance to heal and strengthen your bond. Family matters are gently highlighted as Venus in Leo touches your 10th house of reputation and legacy. Family may look to you for guidance, or you may feel a strong pull to balance your responsibilities at home with your ambitions in the outer world. Children and parenting themes are emphasized with the Pisces moon. Little ones may be extra sensitive, needing comfort, creativity, or your full presence today. In terms of health, the Pisces moon can make you more sensitive physically and emotionally. Pay attention to hydration, sleep, and the way stress impacts your body. Scorpio, your energy runs deep, and on a day like this, you may feel the collective emotions around you more intensely than usual. Protect your boundaries, but also use this heightened intuition to your advantage. Creative expression, music, or spiritual practice can help release what you absorb. Your internal blocks today may show up as mistrust either of others or of yourself. Pluto retrograde in Aquarius is pushing you to release old power struggles in family or home matters. So if you feel tension, pause and reflect before reacting. The spiritual blessing of the day is that your intuition is extremely heightened. The risk is slipping into fear or control instead of trusting the flow. Scorpio, spiritually speaking, today is a reminder that you are not meant to carry everything on your own. Collaboration, love, and trust are your guides right now. Handle challenges by stepping back when you feel pressure and lean into the people who genuinely care about you. Express yourself through art, conversation, or intimacy. That is where your soul heals today. This is a day where your heart wants to be seen and felt. Let yourself love deeply, create boldly, and rest when needed. The universe is showing you that vulnerability is not weakness. It is your power. Now let us turn to Sagittarius. On this day, September 4th, 2025, the moon is flowing through Pisces, activating your 4th house of home, family, and emotional foundation. This is a deeply reflective placement for you, Sagittarius. It brings attention to your inner world, the roots that ground you, and the private spaces of your life. At the same time, Mercury retrograde is moving through Virgo in your 10th house of career and reputation, slowing things down in your professional world. You may feel the tension between outer responsibilities and inner emotional needs. The sun also shines in Virgo, reminding you to get practical and refine the details, but Neptune's influence on this Pisces moon can blur lines and make you Crave rest, softness, and comfort when it comes to career. This is not a day to force big moves. Instead, focus on reviewing projects, checking the details, and noticing what is not aligned anymore. If something feels uncertain at work, it is because clarity is still forming. Your lucky number today is 9, reminding you of completion, wisdom, and patience. Financially, avoid taking risks or rushing into agreements. The energy is supportive for revising budgets or looking at long-term strategies, but not for quick decisions now. Let us move into your relationship space. Venus in Leo lights up your 9th house of travel, expansion, and higher wisdom. This energy invites growth and adventure in love. If you are single, you may feel drawn to someone from a different background, or you may crave conversations that open your mind. If you are in a relationship, you and your partner might be dreaming about future adventures together, maybe travel studies, or something that expands your shared world. Yet, Saturn retrograde in Pisces suggests there could be tension if emotional security feels uncertain at home. Old wounds in family dynamics may resurface, influencing how you show up in partnership. This is a chance for healing, not avoidance. Family matters are clearly highlighted. The Pisces moon makes you more emotionally tuned to your home life. You may feel nostalgia or a longing to create more peace and comfort where you live. Issues with parents, children, or close relatives may come up today, not necessarily in conflict, but in ways that show you where healing is needed. If you have children, they may seek extra reassurance, comfort, or your emotional presence today. Health wise, Sagittarius, you may feel more drained than usual. With the moon and Saturn in your 4th house, rest is essential. The body is asking you to slow down, nurture yourself, and allow emotions to move through instead of pushing them aside. Pay attention to digestion and stress, as Virgo energy can trigger sensitivity in those areas. Your internal blocks may come from restlessness. Part of you wants to be out in the world, doing more, chasing goals, but the universe is asking you to pause, reflect, and nurture your roots first. The blessing of today is that emotional clarity is possible if you listen to your intuition and spend time in stillness. The risk is ignoring your need for rest and burning yourself out spiritually. Speaking this day is a reminder that true growth does not just come from travel, knowledge, or expansion. It also comes from healing your foundations and finding peace within. If challenges arise, handle them by stepping back from external noise and reconnecting with what makes you feel safe, loved, and supported. Sagittarius, today the universe is guiding you to balance ambition with rest, outer goals with inner peace. Home, family, and emotional security are not distractions from your path. They are the roots that give you strength to keep moving forward. Allow yourself to soften today. Asterisk. Now let us move into Capricorn. On this day, September 4th, 2025, the moon in Pisces is highlighting your 3rd house of communication, learning, and immediate connections. This lunar energy makes conversations more emotional, more intuitive, and perhaps even a little dreamy at the same time. Mercury retrograde in Virgo is sitting in your 9th house of wisdom, travel, and higher education, slowing down long-term plans or bringing up unfinished conversations around studies, philosophy, or faraway journeys. With the sun also shining in Virgo, the bigger picture of your life is under review, but the moon reminds you to focus on the simple present moment interactions around you. When it comes to your career, you may feel a little restless. Plans connected to publishing, education, or long-distance ventures may feel delayed or unclear. This is not failure. It is simply Mercury retrograde asking you to pause, review, and make sure your path forward is aligned with your truth. Your lucky number today is 4, a grounding number that encourages structure and patience. Financially, be mindful of where impatience could tempt you into hasty moves. The energy today is better for planning, revising budgets, and setting intentions than for signing agreements. Now, let us move into your relationship space. Venus in Leo lights up your 8th house, stirring deep emotional and physical intimacy. Love today for you feels magnetic, but also revealing if you are single. Someone may appear who awakens a deep part of you, not just attraction but transformation. If you are in a relationship, hidden emotions, shared finances, or questions of vulnerability may surface. Saturn retrograde in Pisces reminds you that communication is key. Words today may carry more emotional weight than usual. Be gentle, but also honest. Family matters feel tied to conversations, siblings, or neighbors. With the Pisces moon in your third house, you may need to be a bridge, a listener, or a voice of comfort. If you have children, today is a beautiful day to nurture their curiosity, imagination, or creative expression, but also to listen deeply to what they are really trying to say. Health wise, your mind is more sensitive today. Stress or overthinking may translate into physical tension in your body, particularly in your nervous system or digestion. Rest your mind by simplifying your thoughts, taking short breaks, and focusing on what you can control. Gentle movement, journaling, or even mindful breathing can help release the weight you are carrying. Your internal blocks may show up as self-doubt, wondering if you are truly on the right path or if others really understand you. Pluto retrograde in Aquarius in your second house is pushing you to redefine your relationship with self-worth and security. The blessing of this day is that insights will come through simple conversations, even in passing moments. The risk is ignoring those small signs because you are too focused on the bigger picture. Spiritually speaking, today is opening a doorway for you to hear truth in unexpected ways. A casual conversation, a dream, or a synchronicity may carry deep meaning. If challenges arise, handle them by softening your communication and listening more than speaking. Capricorn, this is a day where clarity does not come through pushing harder, but through presence, connection, and patience. The universe is whispering to you through the little details. Pay attention. What you learn today could reshape how you see tomorrow. Now let us move into Aquarius. On this day, September 4th, 2025, the moon is flowing through Pisces, illuminating your second house of money, values, and self-worth. This lunar influence makes you more emotionally connected to the way you handle your resources and how secure you feel in your life. At the same time, Mercury retrograde in Virgo is stirring your eighth house, the space of shared finances, debts, and deep emotional entanglements. This combination suggests that questions around money, investments, or even the give and take in relationships may come up. The sun in Virgo shines on these same themes, asking you to bring clarity and order into the areas of life where vulnerability and trust are required. When it comes to your career, Aquarius, today is not about rushing forward, but about reviewing agreements, partnerships, or financial arrangements tied to your work. The energy is subtle, but significant. You may realize where you have been giving too much or where boundaries around value need to be reestablished. Your lucky number today is 8, representing power cycles and karmic lessons with money and authority. Financially, this is a day to look closely at shared responsibilities, joint accounts, or debts. Avoid big financial risks or signing contracts. Instead, clarify what balance truly feels fair to you. Now, let us move into your relationship space. With Venus in Leo lighting up your 7th house of partnerships, love feels alive and present today. If you are single, you may feel drawn to someone magnetic and bold, someone who mirrors qualities you admire. If you are in a relationship, this energy brings warmth and romance, but Mercury retrograde in Virgo may stir up sensitive topics around shared finances or emotional trust. Saturn retrograde in Pisces continues to test your sense of security, reminding you that love is not just about connection. It is also about balance, honesty, and accountability. Your farm matters may feel tied to financial responsibilities or emotional support. The Pisces moon brings sensitivity to the way money is handled within the home or how values are shared across family members. If you have children, they may bring up questions about worth or fairness. teaching you to explain things with compassion and patience. Health-wise, Aquarius, the focus is on grounding yourself. Emotional sensitivity could spill into your physical body today, especially around energy levels and stress. Be mindful of what you consume, not just physically, but emotionally. Notice how conversations, environments, or even news impact your mood. Grounding practices like walking, cooking, or simply connecting with your senses will help you feel more stable. Your internal blocks may show up as fear of not having enough or fear of relying on others. Pluto retrograde in your sign is stripping away old versions of yourself, and that process can feel unsettling. The blessing of today is that you are being shown where you need to reclaim your power and worth. The risk is clinging to fear or avoiding necessary conversations now. Speaking this day is about learning to trust both yourself and the flow of life, even if financial or emotional matters feel unclear. This is an invitation to strengthen your inner sense of value. If challenges arise, handle them by choosing openness, patience, and faith over control. Aquarius, today, the universe is reminding you that your worth is not defined by money, but by how deeply you honor yourself. When you stand in your truth, everything else, love, abundance, stability, begins to align around you. Trust the process. Asterisk. Now let's move into Pisces. On this day, September 4th, 2025, the moon is moving through your own sign, Pisces, which means the spotlight is on you, your emotions, your presence, and the way you move through the world. When the moon is in your sign, everything feels more heightened. Your intuition is sharper, your emotions run deeper, and the people around you notice your energy more clearly. Yet, Mercury retrograde in Virgo is sitting in your 7th house of partnerships, which could stir up old conversations, misunderstandings, or delays in relationships. With the sun also in Virgo, your focus is being pulled toward the balance between you and others, asking how much are you giving and how much are you receiving. When it comes to your career, Pisces, this is a day where your energy speaks louder than your words. Others may sense your sensitivity and creativity, but also your need for clarity. If work involves partnerships or collaborations, double-check communication. Retrograde Mercury can bring mix-ups. Your lucky number today is 2, reminding you that cooperation, balance, and patience are the keys to success financially. Be mindful of joint decisions or shared money. It's better to wait for full clarity than to rush into agreements now. Let's move into your relationship space. With Venus and Leo lighting up your 6th house, love today may feel more tied to everyday gestures of care than grand romance. If you're single, you may be drawn to someone who notices the small details, someone who brings consistency into your life. If you're in a relationship, this is a day to check in on balance, who's giving, who's carrying more, and where adjustments are needed. Saturn retrograde in your sign continues to test your relationships, pushing you to define what you truly need in order to feel safe and committed. Family matters may feel emotionally sensitive today. The moon in your sign can make you more aware of the moods and needs of those close to you. If you have children, they may reflect your emotions back to you, reminding you of how deeply they feel your energy. Home life may call for gentleness, patience, and compassion. Health is Pisces. You're more sensitive than usual under this moon. You may feel more tired, more emotional, or more physically affected by stress. This isn't a weakness, it's your body asking you to honor rest, water, and softness. Avoid overstimulation and give yourself the gift of quiet moments where you can recharge. Internal blocks may show up as confusion or self-doubt, wondering if you're doing enough or being enough. Neptune in your sign can sometimes blur the lines, making you question yourself. But the blessing of this day is that your intuition is powerful, and your ability to feel what others can't is a gift. The risk is losing yourself in other people's emotions instead of anchoring into your own spiritually. Speaking today opens a doorway for self-awareness. With the moon shining on you, it's a chance to see yourself more clearly, not through others' eyes, but through your own heart. If challenges Arise, handle them by grounding yourself in reality, while still honoring your sensitivity. Boundaries and compassion can exist together. This is your day to honor who you are: tender, intuitive, and wise. The universe is showing you that your feelings are not a burden, they are a compass. Trust them, honor them, and let them guide you into balance with the people around you. If this spoke to you, let me know in the comments. And don't forget to share, subscribe, and follow for more updates.